Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla. So, we continue to hear people not getting why Tesla's Robotaxi network will be so much different than anything else on the market, and why Tesla will be able to offer customers rides cheaper than anyone else. Even intelligent Wall Street guys just simply don't get it. Even Elon was out saying that, wow, he really doesn't get it. So let me try to hammer this one home, so no one can be in doubt anymore, so even children and Gary Black can understand this, because this is so blindly obvious once you have all the data points, but Gary clearly doesn't have. So let's check them all out and let's dive right in. So let me start by showing a list here of a very big difference from Tesla and basically everyone else. As someone like Waymo earns about $2 for every mile they drive in a Robotaxi. And that's it. Not a long list, but this is Waymo's list. But here is Tesla's list of how they will earn money on their Robotaxi fleet and software. Tesla will earn money on a subscription for their normal cars that they sell to you and I with full self-driving software. Both existing millions of Tesla owners, but also, of course, all the new thousands of new owners coming on every single day. Tesla will be selling cybercabs to customers as well, earning about $10,000 to $15,000 per vehicle they put in the fleet this way. And of course, on that earns subscription once again for the private persons that wants to buy a cybercab. And Tesla's customers renting out their private cars, if that being the Robotaxi or just their Model 3 and Model Y or whatever, that they put on the Robotaxi network like someone put their house on Airbnb. It will earn customers money, but Tesla will of course also get a cut here. And Tesla's cybercabs will work as power banks when they are not working as robotaxis, buying and selling electricity, helping out the grid in the evening after rush hours and when the demand of electricity is high, earning Tesla money. And Tesla's car will also be working as AI inference computers. And Tesla is already in talk with other OEMs to license their software, so that will also be an income stream for Tesla on their full self-driving software. And last but not least, Tesla's cybercabs will be working as Robotaxis, earning money per mile just as Waymo. So at least they have that one thing in common. So Tesla has dozens of income stream from their Robotaxi software and cybercabs, and Waymo has one. And most of this is done with what Tesla is already producing today, the Model 3 and Model Y. The new Cybercab will reduce the cost for Tesla to put robotaxis on the road. And no one will be able to compete with Tesla on price. Elon said it way back in 2020. Eventually, everyone will have long-range, affordable EVs. Eventually, everyone will have autonomous vehicles. But not everyone will be good at manufacturing. Tesla will be head and shoulders above everyone else in manufacturing. That is our goal. But someone like Gary Black just doesn't seem to understand what Elon was talking about here, as he thinks the competition is coming for Tesla, and someone like Uber will be a big winner here as well, as they have already made deals with a lot of companies that want to get their robotaxis on Uber's app with 180 million users. So it really seems like Gary thinks the easy part is going to be manufacturing affordable autonomous vehicles. Everybody can do that, and the hard part is apparently building an app. And it's like everyone completely ignores the cost of running a robotaxi fleet that is going to be huge. Tesla is the only one that has really built a purpose-built robotaxi that is built with manufacturing and automation and scale in mind. Waymo's cars are not really scalable at all. They buy Jaguar I-Paces and then they refit them with their $40,000 to $50,000 sensor suite. But this is not meant to scale. They are basically just hand-building prototypes. They have just said themselves that they will build another 2,000 robotaxis from their I-Paces over the next 18 months. That is how long it takes Waymo to retool 2,000 I-Paces. 18 months. So no, Waymo has not introduced a scale into their manufacturing of robotaxi fleet. What they are building is a Frankenstein monster of an EV that is refitted with all their many sensors. Manufacturing has never been a topic at Waymo's headquarters. Automation has never been a topic at Waymo's headquarters. Charging autonomously has never been a topic at Waymo's headquarters. Cleaning a car autonomously has never been a topic at Waymo's headquarters. They have only been focusing on building a robotaxi that can drive himself in geo-fenced areas. Nothing else. And someone like Amazon's Zoox has actually made a purpose-built robotaxi with the Zoox Robovan. But it is estimated to cost between $100,000 to $200,000. Also because it is fitted with a 133 kilowatt-hour battery compared to Cybercab's less than 50 kilowatt. And again, they're not made for scale and to be easy and cost effective to build. Zoox does have a factory in Fremont, but with only a capacity of producing 10,000 to 15,000 units annually. And so far, they have about 270 vehicles being tested on the roads, as we know from the recall they just had. So, because Zoox didn't design the car for ease of manufacturing, but just wanted to make a robotaxi possible, they, just like most others, have ended up with a very expensive and not scalable car to produce. So what the rest of the world is used to is that robotaxis are expensive vehicles because of all the technology that is in this car. But here comes Tesla and turns the whole game on its head with the Cybercab. Tesla's robotaxi that is going to be Tesla's most affordable vehicle to produce for Tesla. Please try to let that one sink in. Everyone else is producing very expensive robotaxis, some purpose-built, others just normal car refitted, but all very expensive cars. But Tesla's purpose-built robotaxis will be the most affordable car for Tesla to produce. Tesla's unboxed production method itself should cut the cost of producing the car in half. And we know Tesla's cost is about $34,000 to build their electric cars, so half would be $17,500 for producing a normal car on their unboxed production method. But on top of that, Tesla has said that the Cybercab will have half the parts of the Tesla Model 3. So that should cut the cost for Tesla significantly again. So I'm still sticking with my prediction that Tesla could build the Cybercab for around $15,000 when fully ramped, of course. And Tesla has designed the car to be easy to build and be 100% automated, no human involved in the production, as Elon has confirmed. And Tesla is aiming for a couple of millions produced every year. And Waymo is waiting to build another 2,000 units over the next 18 months. Out of the old-dated Jaguar I-Pace that is going to use at least twice the amount of electricity per mile, as they are very inefficient electric cars, and the car costs like 10 times as much to produce. And it can't do AI inference. It can't be used as a power bank. It can't be sold to private persons, as it can only drive in 5 cities in the US as of now, and only downtown of those 5 cities. They can't earn money on selling their software to the other cars they are building to customers, cars because Waymo doesn't produce any cars. So they don't sell cars to customers as Tesla does. They have to pay someone to go and put the charging cable into the car when they need to charge. Tesla's Cybercab will just drive itself over to Tesla's wireless chargers on Tesla's own charging stations. And when it needs to be cleaned, it will just drive itself over to the automatic cleaning robot, where Waymo once again have to pay someone to clean that car. Tesla will be able to put some maker packs on their charging stations, making sure they will have the cheapest electricity. Waymo can just go over and pay Electrify America or some other energy company that will earn something like 30, 40, 50% gross margin on selling that electricity to Waymo. Tesla is the energy company. So they will just pay the price of electricity, and thanks to the maker packs and their auto-bidder software, Tesla will even be below the average electricity selling price. And Waymo has to pay for making their geofenced area. It's not free. And pay a yearly cost to keep that geofenced area up to date. That is not free either. There is simply no way Waymo can keep up with Tesla on cost. Waymo does 250,000 rides a week, which is very impressive, but they're still burning through cash. They are not earning money on their Robotaxi service, even with all those many rides on a few amount of cars. And they have no plan for a scalable solution. They are still today building their Robotaxis by hand, and still have nothing but prototypes driving around. And prototypes are easy, production is hard, as we can clearly see with Waymo. Tesla, on the other hand, is going to come with the complete solution. And that also includes the app to control it all, even though Gary thinks that is impossible for Tesla to compete with Uber's great app because it has many users. But I think Gary sounds like the so-called expert that said that the king of the mobile phone, Nokia, had no competition. This article is from 2007. Can anyone catch the cell phone king? The year that Steve Jobs revealed the iPhone. But Nokia didn't just have 180 million users like Uber. They had 1 billion users. And just 6 years after this article, Nokia was a dead man walking, and Apple and Google had taken over the smartphone market. Or like many, including me, have thought about before, that who can ever challenge Google on search? And nobody has ever could. Until a new technology came along with large language models. And today, I hardly Google anything anymore. I just use Grok. Because the underlying technology changed. And the underlying technology between Waymo and Tesla is like Google search versus an AI brain. And why we see Google's valuation is going down. Not Waymo, nor Zoox or anyone else has been sitting down with their designers, engineers, the manufacturing team, and automation team in one room. As Waymo is not even the engineer, the designer, the manufacturer, or the automation. They're just providing the full self-driving tech. And Tesla was not just designing a robotaxi. They engineered and designed a car from the ground up, from first principle thinking, including manufacturing and automation. So they took every little part of the car and the production and asked the question, how is this manufactured and how can it be automated? If it can't, they have to invent a new version of that part that can be automated, or completely rethink if that part is even needed, or is there a better way of doing it? So in the end, Tesla has ended up with not just a new innovative car, but a whole new production method. And the result is that Tesla's most affordable vehicle will not be the two more affordable version we are waiting for coming out this year. No, it will be the Cybercab, their Robotaxi. And why Tesla can confidently say that they will be able to sell that to customers for less than $30,000. Because when fully ramped, it will only cost them about $15,000 to build. No other car manufacturer can right now build a stripped-down EV for that price. And Tesla will build a Robotaxi for that price. So how Gary can say that Uber will offer cheaper Robotaxi rides than Tesla is beyond my understanding. The cars from every other competitor is like 5 to 10 times more expensive to build. And if they use Uber's app, not their own, they will have to pay Uber a cut of the Robotaxi ride, making it more costly. They have to pay more per mile in kilowatt hours as their car is not very efficient. Like Tesla Cybercab, it will be the most efficient EV on the planet. They have to pay someone to clean it, to charge it, and pay more for every kilowatt they charge the car with, where Tesla has their own charging station with wireless chargers, no human needed either. And Tesla doesn't need to spend money on geofencing and keeping it up to date. If Tesla's full self-driving unsupervised works in Austin in June, it will be game over. It will work everywhere. And therefore, Tesla has made a solution that is actually scalable on a global scale. And their car and manufacturing method is made for scale as well. So Tesla will get the economy of scale, making their product and production and whole supply chain cheaper to operate than anyone else. There is simply no way that anyone will be able to offer Robotaxi rides cheaper than Tesla. Tesla can easily sell their Robotaxi ride with a loss in the beginning if they want to, because when Tesla get unsupervised full self-driving on the street in the US, well, that will also make a lot more people want to buy their cars, and even if they already have bought their cars, they will definitely want to buy or subscribe to Tesla full self-driving software by then. And Tesla does have a couple of millions on the road in the US, but let's just say they will have a take rate of 25% and have 500,000 existing owners on the full self-driving subscription with about $100 a month. That is $600 million a year just on existing owners that have already bought the car. And then Tesla will over the next year sell about 600,000 more cars in the US, and most of them will probably subscribe to the full self-driving unsupervised as well. So we could add maybe another 400,000 subscribers. Now we're talking over $1 billion in income in basically pure profits. And that is all from something other than the robotaxis themselves. And this 1 million users can, of course, add their cars to the robotaxi fleet if they want to, just like people add their house to Airbnb. And that will just make Tesla even more money. So Tesla could sell their rides for 50 cents, no matter if they lose money in the beginning before they get to scale, because they earn money on so many other things. Waymo by themselves will not be able to compete on price. So adding Uber to the mix will only make the cost go up of running the robotaxi fleet, not down, not making it more affordable. So of course, Uber will not be able to hand out cheaper rides than Tesla. It is simply physically impossible. And what will Waymo do with 180 million users on Uber? They have 1,500 cars in 5 downtown areas. And Tesla will also not need the 180 million users either, as they also need to scale up. But as they can easily create an app, they can simply just scale up with the customers as they grow together. Uber is simply just not needed. They will only add cost to the robotaxi fleet for robotaxi fleet owners. That is also why Elon has been out saying he will not partner with Uber, because they simply don't need to and will just make the cost for Tesla and therefore their customers go up. It will be cheaper for someone like Waymo or Uber to simply buy the Cybercab and run them as their own robotaxi fleet than continue to buy the expensive EVs and refit them with their expensive sensors and their expensive geofencing that make sure they will never be able to scale as fast as Tesla. So buying a Cybercab will be the cheapest way for Waymo to make a robotaxi fleet, as they will get the Cybercab cheaper than what it cost Waymo to refit a Jaguar I-Pace with sensors. So not with the car, just the sensors. So that should illustrate how ridiculous it is for Gary to think that Uber will be offering cheaper autonomous rides than Tesla. How? Exactly. And because Tesla is making a general solution that can drive everywhere, their customers will get their time back with the Cybercab and other Tesla Robotaxis, as it can actually drive you over a long distance. Instead of you driving 1 to 2 or 3 hours, the car will do the driving for you, and you will get your time back and do some work or just relax and watch some entertainment. Waymo is more a downtown taxi service that does short routes. It does not matter much that you get that 10 minutes back. Tesla is truly changing the whole game and the whole industry of transportation with the Cybercab and their full self-driving AI brain. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.